Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Afiq Fauzi. This video is for my case review assignment for subject law of tort. I have been given the case of Sheikh Mohammed Noor bin Ali, who is the educator and dependent of Sheikh Muhammad Azlan bin Sheikh Mohammed Noor with disease, and Weden bin Mojin King and others. The judge in this case is T. Mi Chun. Okay, uh, there are a lot of important things that I put in slide in my video. The first one is summary of the case. Second one, legal issues, arguments from both parties, decision, assertion, and analysis. Okay. Firstly, we go to the summary of the case. This claim is a result of the disease that caused by the beating inflicted by a police arresting team. Being the first to 11 defendants. Defendants denied any beating and that any injuries sustained were in the course of the deceased struggle to escape while being arrested, and they were exercising their statutory duties in the arrest and detention. Defendants stated the deceased was aggressive, but ultimately the deceased was arrested and handcuffed. According to them, the deceased had fallen on the floor during his struggle in resisting arrest, and he had run and hit the wall as he tried to escape. They further contended that there was no evidence that the injuries was inflicted in the preceding 4 hours period to that, and whether these were existing injuries and only cause of death was established, but not who caused the injuries and how they were caused, but it also stop damages for the loss suffered. In this case, I have found three main issues. The first one is whether the defendant owned a duty of care toward the deceased was under arrest and in the custody of the defendant at the matter time. The second one is whether the defendant are liable to pay damages to the plaintiff. The one is whether the defendant has breach of duty of care in resulting the deceased. Next, we go to the argument from the plaintiff. Plaintiff, given that the deceased was last in the custody of the police force, that it must surely point towards those extensive injuries being inflicted by them. The plaintiff claimed that the extensive physical injuries was caused by the police officer because this is last in the custody of the police officer. It's possibly that the police officer injured the deceased. Okay, the word multiple bruises and abrasion on the body consistent with handcuff imprints, defensive wounds in keeping struggle and strain during commotion, in particular defensive wounds and defensive wounds would describe the injuries sustained by the deceased when under custody. The evidence of the deceased being involved in commotion with more than one individual would similarly point towards that. I mean that the plaintiff claimed that the defensive wounds and offensive wound was stated in was caused by the police officer because the lot of evidence show that the wounds or the bruises was consistent with the handcuff imprints. Next, we go to the argument from the defendant. All denied beating the accused and stated the deceased was aggressive, but ultimately the deceased was arrested and handcuffed. According to them, the deceased had fallen on the floor during struggle in resisting arrest and had run and hit the wall as he tried to escape. Okay, from this statement, from this words statement, the defendant denied, or the police officers denied that they caused the damages, they caused the injuries to the deceased because they claim that the deceased on the struggle to escape himself from the police officer, and it caused injuries to the deceased. The second one is defendant denied any beating and that any injuries sustained over in the course of the deceased struggle to escape while being arrested, and they were exercising their statutory duties in the arrest and detention. Uh, this means that the defendant claimed that that is not injured the deceased, and they follow the all the statutory duties or the act must be or follow the SOP and or the SOP and their statutory duties in arresting and detention. According to Section 23 of the Criminal Procedure Code, any police officer may arrest without warrant any person who has committed seizable offence and or against whom reasonable complaint have been made, or against whom credible information has been received, or against whom reasonable suspicion exists. Okay, next we go to the decision of the court. The court had defendant own and duty of care toward the deceased in their custody, and the plaintiff claim is above is allowed because. Let me go to the ratio descendant die. In this case, the court find it is only probable there would be severe obvious pain after being inflicted with sitting injuries, which would require medical treatment, and it was to be expected that he had complained he was unwell. The court said that the court had find that uh, the police officer have a duty of care to take the deceased to the hospital to get a medical treatment before he died. And the court also found the argument that the deceased ran to the wall where he could not possibly escape as opposed to the door, which was the only easy defined logic. The suggestion that the deceased was on drug and from the experience, such a person would be disoriented and run anywhere, such as to the wall, was not proven. Then there was no evidence the deceased was on drug. In fact, the allegation that the deceased was on drug dependent and dealer was not substantiated. Okay, the court found, yeah, from this statement, the court found that the the deceased was not in a dark situation, and it is illogical to the deceased to oppose the door to escape from the police. And also the court find there is a duty of care to ensure that detainees is not harmed by the police or by other detainees or that do not harm themselves. So the court referring to the judgment of Lord Birmingham on him. I mean, and Secretary of State for the Home Department. Co-analysis from the case based according to Section 20 of the Police Act, is outlined the general duties of the police officers that must be followed by the other policies. Second one, significance of this case is people should be open, or in this case, a police officer should responsible their duty and do it well. Because sometimes they neglect their duty of care. And second one, arresting justice without permitting their relative is allowed in this case. I mean, the arresting justice by the police officer is allowed in this case. As we go to the comparison between Kaparo Industry Plastic and Dikmen and Sheikh Muhammad Nur bin Ali and Radin bin Mojinkin and others. In Kaparo Industry Plastic and Dikmen, they require to approve that there was a duty of care. First first one is possibility of damage, second possibility of negligible, third one fair just and reasonable, and the court held that there is no duty of care of the defendant, and the defendant was not liable in couple of cases. In the couple of cases, but in the Sheikh Ahmad Nur bin Ali and Wazir bin Mojinkin and others, the court or the judge using the same principle in the couple of case, and the court had defendant negligence in that particular case, and dependent on the police officer was liable. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you.